Admittedly, as a Kobe fan, it was tough watching Bam pass him in the record books. But this is deeper than being a Kobe Bryant fan. And this is deeper than hating on Bam.
How can I not discuss the Bam Adebayo 83-point game on March 10th against the Washington Wizards? You heard that correct. 83 points by Bam Adebayo, who was averaging a little under 19 points per game prior to this performance. Now, before I even get started, this is no knock towards Bam. He's actually one of my favorite big men when I do partake in NBA games. He's elevated his game over the last few years and doesn't deserve the ridicule. Again, my gripe is against the NBA. What are you guys up to? The Washington Wizards, what are you up to? So we know you guys are tanking. That's been pretty evident for the last few months. But what's happening? You know, when I look in the history books and I saw Kobe Bryant's name next to Wilt Chamberlain, that actually meant something. Because Wilt Chamberlain, if this is true that he scored 100 points in a game once, his record stood the test of time. Like, it was in the record books for years, 1950-something, 60-something, whatever year it was. His record remains unbroken, but it lasted for so many years. And in the 90s, we saw David Robinson drop 71 points.
We've seen Shaq score 61 points.
Devin Booker dropped 70 once, a few guys in the 60s, 50s, so on and so forth. And when Kobe hit for 81 some 20 years ago, it was like, okay, that might be the closest we'll come to someone eclipsing Wilt Chamberlain. No one, and I mean no one in their right mind, had Bam Adebayo on their bingo card. Maybe you would have thought James Harden. Think about all the prolific scorers in the last 20 years. Maybe a KD, a James Harden type, Steph Curry, maybe even Russell Westbrook. But Bam, and if we look at the stat line, he took 43 free throws. I don't want to scream conspiracy, but what's happening? 43 free throws, really? And then the Heat were intentionally fouling the Wizards to slow the game up so Bam had more possessions. The whole thing smells fishy. And I don't know if the NBA is trying to do something behind the scenes to get some type of rating spike. I don't know. It wouldn't even make sense because why choose Bam? He's not really the face of the league. You have other guys in the league who are positioning themselves to become that. So I got to figure out what the whole situation's about here. But when I look at the history book, again, I see Wilt, I see Bam, I see Kobe. One of those names don't belong on that list as far as scorers, prolific scorers. We know Kobe, R.I.P., was a prolific scorer. And if he didn't play with Shaq and he had the keys to the Porsche, he would have dropped 30 points a game easily in that early 2000 run when the Lakers were three-peating. But he's a prolific scorer, and we've seen others. Of course, MJ, and a plethora of others over the last 25 years. But Bam, when I think of Bam, I think of a 18, maybe 20-point guy game, 8 boards, 10 boards, whatever, a few threes here. I'm not thinking a guy who's going to constantly get fed the ball and just, score 83 points. No one's thinking that. So kudos to Bam for even having, I guess, I don't even know what I'm giving him kudos for. The league is not what it used to be. There was no defense played in that game. Give me the ball and I might drop 83. I used to play. Maybe I hit 83. I don't know. I don't know what to believe in anymore with the NBA. I don't know. I just don't know. Everyone screams it's unwatchable, this, that, and the third, and I get it and I agree, but something's wrong. So hopefully, for the sake of the league, the integrity of the league, hopefully one of the prolific scorers finds a way to drop 85. I'm saddened to see Kobe's name now drop on this list, but hopefully there's some prolific scorer that we all love and can respect who can go out there and drop 85 before the season's over, just so we can kind of shift Bam away from Wilt Chamberlain, because he just doesn't belong on the list, man. And if that's me being a hater, that's just me being a hater. I'm really trying not to. I'm really not trying to knock Bam. I don't like Eric Spoelstra's decision making for that game. I don't like the way the Wizards played. I don't like the way the Heat played. The idea that Bam's family was in the audience was interesting to me. You know, that just happened to be the night he dropped 83. Maybe there's some information I don't know. And if you happen to know it, please enlighten me. But your girl, your mom, that's the first game apparently his mom has ever, come to. So maybe that inspired Bam to have an all-time performance. Mom is in the audience. I'm going to show out tonight. Something happened. The NBA has a lot of work to do. And with LeBron pretty much reaching the end and Steph getting up there in age, KD, I don't know who's next to take this league on their shoulders. I don't know if it's even there. All the major sports are kind of going through their little decline at the moment. And it's sad. It's just sad to see. And I don't want to always talk about the NBA. But then there's little things like this. There's moments like this where you want to embrace it, because we would have embraced it had it been someone from 20, 30, 40 years ago. We would have embraced it. MJ would have dropped 83. We would have embraced Tracy McGrady. We would have embraced a Tim Duncan type. Anyone back in the day, we would have loved and cherished it. But when Bam does it, it's like it's just more criticisms. There's more eyebrows being raised. Something's wrong with this pitcher. And I don't know. I just don't know what this league can do anymore. We can point at Adam Silver to the cows come home, and I've done that in a recent video. I feel like it's on him. The league is unwatchable, and I've admittedly haven't watched a game this season other than highlights. I caught the Bam highlights. I was disgusted by it. Disgusted. I'm looking at the Wizards like, come on, man, get this team out the league. Something has to change. I don't have an answer. I wish I did. I'm trying to think as I record this, what can the league do? Do we get rid of 10 teams? What do we do? They've already tried everything in the world. They've already tried everything. They've made guys stay in school for a year or two. They've done this. They've done that. Like, I don't know what to do. But I don't want to lose the NBA like I'm starting to lose the NFL. These are major sports that I grew up watching intently, playing intently, and now I have zero interest. Zero. Something has to give.